Some very sad news coming out of Tennessee as we have learned that Pastor James Scott has passed away at the age of 87 years old. But what's really interesting about this story is, as sad as this is, that we have lost Pastor James here. It was just a day before his passing that his wife Virginia had passed away. And now the two of them are together in glory. They did not have to wait long to see each other again. I mean, only one day. And according to the report here, I mean, obviously we know this, neither one of them even knew about the other's passing. They had both been going through Corona at the time. Virginia was in the process of getting over it, but apparently it was a rough battle for her. She ended up losing her life to this. Now, this report is just coming out now. This was actually back on January the 17th that Virginia had passed away. And then it was just one day later that her husband, and that being Pastor James Scott, had died as well. Virginia didn't know that her husband was gone, and her husband was having issues at the same time. So as sad as it was that she was gone, she got to heaven, and I mean, she wasn't there very long by herself. I guess technically she could say that maybe she got a tour before her husband, but it wasn't long, and so he's with her now. But again, we learned that they had both been suffering with Corona. James had said that there were complications. We don't know what other sort of a health battle he may have been having along with this. We don't know if it was just Corona or if this was something else as well. But the family's speaking out on this now. Now, this is crazy to think this long this happened. Now, he was the senior pastor of the New Holy Temple Cathedral Church of God in Christ in Chattanooga, Tennessee. But he pastored that church for 61 years. 61 years. That is a long time to be pastoring a church. I mean, that's amazing. That's an amazing journey of a ministry to be able to go that long in one place for that church. He was married to his wife, Virginia, for 66 years. And the fact, again, that they weren't separated for that long without each other. And now, I mean, they're in glory together with Jesus. And they're enjoying their time now. They're now in their, glorified in all their, bodies and everything now. They're no longer suffering. I can only imagine the fun that they must be having. But at the same time, we have to remember that they have a family that they've left behind. The kids talking about the love story that these two had from the very beginning, but that even though they're gone, the love story still remains through the family. And everybody at the church who loved them as much as they did, they left behind. You got to think, they have 4 kids, 7 grandkids, great-grandchildren. So all of them we know dearly miss both James and Virginia here. So we're going to be keeping that whole family in our prayers, as well as everybody there at the New Hope Church, because they're obviously losing the pastor and just the work that he did. I was taking a look at some of the ministry work that Pastor James was involved with, and one of those was working with younger men and how he was teaching them to be strong husbands, to be good husbands and good fathers. And he appealed to not just those who were older, but the younger as well. And it was just that he'd had like this magnifying presence of people they would flock to him. He got saved at a very young age. The same thing as Virginia. They both got saved very young. It was said that Virginia was often teased when she was a child because of her faith in Christ, because she got saved. But those same people that teased her ended up later giving their lives to Christ too. So it's really an incredible testimony just to show you the kind of people that these two were, how they impacted their environments, even though if people were doubting God maybe beforehand, even making fun of them at times, it turned around and God got the glory for it. So that's really awesome. Our prayers again going out to the entire church and the entire family, the entire Scott family, that God would be with you all at this time. You guys can let me know your thoughts on this down below in the comment section. I'll put some more information for you also in the description. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. I'll be back with more. You guys take care. Please be safe out there. God bless each and every single one of you, and I'll talk with you soon.